Well, howdy y'all. Welcome to my neighborhood. Just out here throwing a little bit of trash away. Decided to do me another video. I think you've seen by the title, you kind of know what it is already. Ooh. Anyway, decided to use my cook kits that I've had collected for the past year. Decided to do me a little turkey dinner on it. Well, I call it turkey. Actually, it's a Cornish hen. But it was fun to do. And do you know, even though it's such a small meal, it still took about 5 hours to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. If not, well, I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Alright, let's get this party started. Here we have the old stainless steel 1 liter cook pot as it's advertised. It's actually a 1 quart. And there's the old Stanley Adventure Camp Cook Set cups that nobody likes. We're putting in 2 cups of water into the stand port there. That's right, 2 cups, that's right. Use a sign language there to help direct me. Yeah, we pour it in. Now we've got 2 large eggs. And yeah, you can guess right now we're going to boil these puppies up. It takes 2, baby. The reason I got 2 in there, because I'm going to eat 1. And the other one we're going to put in our giblet gravy. Yeah, I call it giblet gravy. Hey, look at here, we got a top view now. Look at them eggs are boiling just as nice and pretty. Don't that pretty. Turning that water back off there. Getting ready to ice her down. Make it easier peeling. Now on that stand sport there, you have to get used to the fact that the handle does not lock in position. And it's a little bit confusing because everything else that you use in your everyday kitchen will have fastened handles. But kind of worked around that deal. I'm showing the fact of how easy it is to peel these eggs once they're iced down. Like I say, that second egg that you don't see me peeling, I threw a little salt on it and had to chaw on it a little bit while I was sitting there cooking the rest of this meal. Now we got a bouncing baby egg and it popped into the cup. Look at there, there's some Martha White buttermilk cornmeal. We're going to fill that Stanley cup up about 2/3 of the way. Give it a little tap down. And we're going to add some butter once we get it melted. This is actually margarine bluebonnet, as you can see. And there's my Winchester knife. Got that dude there for only $5 from a friend of mine. Nice little sharp blade of stainless steel. Putting out maybe a 1/4 chunk of that bluebonnet in that stand port there. Got on a low heat here just to melt the butter. Gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil. And that's gonna go inside that cornbread. We're gonna make the stuffing with it. Alright, when using that stand sport, that's when you got to remember that handle doesn't lock. Believe me, I kind of singed my fingers a few times on this video. And here we're taking 1 raw egg and we're going to put that in that cornbread mixture, getting ready, like I say, our stuffing. Actually, it's a dressing. That's what we're making. Give it a good break up. I tell you what, I enjoy that top view there. Using 2 cell phone cameras, 2 Galaxies to get these shots. Alright, there's the Indulge 5-inch fry pan. Got from Walmart for $5. I'm going to do is add a little bit of that margarine to it. We're going to fry up some of that cornbread for our dressing. You hear that thing? I do a good sizzle. I had it in the oven and I pulled it out and put it on top of the eye. Makes it nice and crispy. Got to be careful. That little fry pan, I'm very impressed with it. Ooh, listen to that sound. Can't do much at a time, you know, just a little bit. That's a fun little item to take out there in the woods with you. It's part of my little cook kit. Now that spatula you see there, that's one I got from the store I work at. You can find that practically anywhere. It's actually a cookie spatula, and it's a $1 deal. I almost missed that skillet, didn't I? Look at there. That's alright, dude. Now the video, of course, has been edited. I tried to cut this thing down. Still a little lengthy to watch, but not much I can do about it. And if you're tired of watching at this point, woohoo, look at there. Yes, sir. That thing got some sting to it. I went ahead and cooked 2 of them. And in the oven there, you're going to see a roast beef can that I'm actually baking a third piece of cornbread with. So we got 2 fried and 1 baked. It's going to be part of our dressing. And that cookie rack you saw the cornbread sitting on, that came from the Dollar General store for about $5 a pack of 2. Here I'm cutting up some gizzards and some liver for the giblet gravy. Yes, it's giblet gravy. Most people want to call it giblet gravy. And you don't call a gerbil a gerbil, do you? Well, I do. That's why it's giblet gravy. You still want to argue with that point? Most people, you know, some people live in what they call the ghetto. No, it's called the ghetto. Alright, here we got a little celery going on. And then after that right there, you see me chopping up a little bit of the green onion. I also want to mention that cutting board that you see there. That came from Dollar General, one I recently acquired. $2. It's a True Living cutting board. I've done a review on it. You can find it somewhere in my videos. True Living cutting board. Most of the products you see on here, I've actually done some reviews on. If you ever want to take the time and search to the channel.
We were until we started on that tree.
Hey, then I put it there for all things every time. Mine is the same way.
Yeah, after some little kids and then go get my nose.
Yeah, but you better make sure they got one first.
See y'all later.
Okie dokie.
Them voices you heard in the background was my wife and the landlady showed up. Do a little bit of maintenance. And let's see, here we got a small onion. I'm not going to use the whole thing. We're just going to do a little slight chop to it. I tell you, sometime when you chop them onions, it makes you want to cry. Now, this is a yellow onion. It's not the Vidalia or the Texas Sweet. This is the one that's got a little bit of heat to it. Oh yeah, got some happy tears going on right now. Now there is the Stanley Adventure cook pot itself. Didn't have a lid, so I got a lid off of a candle lid. It's a metal lid, kind of an aluminum tin alloy, some type of alloy. And that right there is the Ozark stainless steel cup. A little less than $5. Tried to get 2, but Walmart only had 1. Went there today to get some other stuff, and they only had 1 there. Now there's the star of the show, the Tyson's. That's the Tyson Cornish hen there. Yeah, he's turkey happy. And we got some Tony, as I pronounce it, chicharis. That's garlic butter. Well, I tell you what, if you saw one of these needles right here at the doctor's office, man, it'd make you want to sit there and shoot your doctor. I think he's finna get himself an injection. And it don't take much for that little fella right there. Now, I never went to no doctor school, but he didn't bleed not one bit. like I said earlier, this video is getting a little old to you. I apologize for that. But I more or less do these videos just for myself. Now here we're going to use the stand port again. Excuse me, stand sport. And I'm taking that plastic knob off now because I'm going to place our stand-in turkey in the oven there. And that plastic just won't work. No, 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 it will not. Now I'm going to rub her down with a little butter on the outside to help on the browning and some flavor. I threw some butter on the inside of that cavity. Y'all ain't nothing but butter fingers. Don't that pretty. Ooh-wee. Gonna put a little extra oil on top of her just to make sure I got her fully covered on the breast anyway. I did not add any seasoning to the bird here because I've got enough seasoning in that dressing we're gonna be making. Now here you could add your rub and stuff to it as you want it to, but I'm using the Always Save chicken broth. I've actually got 2 cans. This is the Always Save, and you'll see another one there. There's my masterpiece. That's my favorite item ever, the P38. There ain't a single can opener in the world that can work as well as this one here does, and it is totally reliable. I bet you'll never guess where I keep it. It's on me at all times. Pouring it inside the Ozark, I'm adding chicken broth to those vegetables we had in there. I think it had maybe a cup of water in there, a little less than that, to start them off. Now, I'm emphasizing the fact that we did remove that lid, that pot grabber there. And I'm going to lock her down. And she's going to go in the oven at 350 degrees. Now I'm showing got some vegetables in the Stanley Adventure Camp pot. I'm going to break that cornbread up. 2 fried and 1 baked. There's the baked dude. Came out of that can I've used a lot out there in the camping arena. It's my favorite little baking cup there. Now that improvised lid that I have there, the original lid that comes with the Stanley, has that plastic tab on there, so I don't have to worry about that. Mine has no holes drilled in it. I'm trying to do a presenting job here. Adding a little bit more of that chicken broth. And right here is our spices. That's basically salt, black pepper, parsley flakes, rub sage, Italian seasoning, and onion salt. Excuse me, onion powder. And here, of course, I'm giving it a real good mix in there. The only thing about the Stanley is you got to have a decently long spoon to get down to the bottom of it. Yeah, one day I'm going to actually carve me a wooden spoon like I see out there on YouTube. But until then, I got to work with what I've got. Adding the last little bit of cornbread to our dressing. We're going to use this dressing as a stuffing and a dressing. And here's some cream of chicken. I'm going to add about a 1/4 can. That's probably about 2 big old good scoops. Open it up again with the P38 can opener there. Now I'm going to admit to you, my thing when it comes to camping and outdoor adventures is it all revolves around the cooking. That's my favorite part of the outdoors. And I'm adding some to the gibbet gravy over there too. That adds a real nice texture. It's going to help thicken it up some. Yeah, I had to do a little taste test there. And there's the second can of the chicken broth. That's Sweet Sue there. I don't know if it's proper to actually show you the name brands of these products and stuff, but we sell them at our store. I'm not advertising for them. But if they don't want their logos or anything like that on video, just like music, they shouldn't put it out there for people to hear. Giving both of them a good little stir there. I could have cut this part here out, but that's where I keep my P38. Keep it with me in my wallet all times, at all times. Now, I'm never without a can opener. That's how dedicated I am to cooking. Now at this point right here, we're getting ready to put the lid on and seal her up. I'm going to pop this puppy right here into the oven. Get her to baking real good. No need for those little holes drilled. You know, the vent holes and drain holes. That lid is not super airtight on there. And of course I'm showing some of the spices going into giblet gravy. That right there is cayenne red pepper. We got some paprika going in. Let's see. Plain salt. I could have added some seasoned salt, but I want to keep it just basic here. That there's parsley flakes in case you can't see it too good. I like parsley flakes now. I got to add a little extra to it there. And that there's the rub sage. Just a little dab of do you. And I think finally we got the onion powder. That's a good brand there, by the way. And last but not least, now I'm embarrassed to say this, but I almost ran out of black pepper. That's why it looks like I'm adding tons of it. Barely any's coming out. Matter of fact, that reminds me, I've got to get some more. I use black pepper like I breathe air. There's the indulged cast iron skillet. Nope, don't go that way. There you go. There's my improvised lid. Took it back off and I realized that I've got to make a little bit of a roux to help thicken this thing up. That giblet gravy needs a little thickening. Little sunflower, self-rising flour. Got a good heaping teaspoon there, I think, but don't quite use all that. I just kind of eyeball it as I go. Yep, that's enough right there. That's enough. Now, when you're making a roux, you got to constantly stir, and you got to keep stirring. And when you get tired, you keep stirring some more. You don't want this thing to burn that one bit. We're not making a brown gravy here. I don't mind it burning when we do the brown gravy. We're just adding a little bit of a thickener. Now watch this thing. Listen, listen. That's some hot stuff going in there. And it started to thicken up instantly when it hit that broth. Now you remember those 2 eggs that we had that I ate one? That's right, I like adding a good boiled egg, a hard-boiled egg to that giblet gravy. Chop it up real good. Now that was a 5-minute egg. That ain't no 3-minute egg. That's like a 5 to 6-minute egg there. I want a good hard boil on it, but we don't want nothing runny in it. Here comes that top view here. I got 2 cameras running. I stop them, start them, change them, check them, getting every drop of that egg I can get. Yeah, buddy. That's some hot dressing that just came out that oven there in that Stanley cook pot. Now here's my little improvised wire hangers that I took. We use these out of baling wire. At the store we used to bale boxes up with. And I use these wires here for that Stansport stainless steel cook pot to hang it as a billy can. It worked real nice opening up that hot lid, getting that piece off of there. I'm just a show off of my dressing abilities. And I think in just a second I'm going to have to take me a little taste test. It did a real fine job baking in that oven. Hello. This is good. Now I'm adding a little bit of that dressing here to the giblet gravy. My mama always did that, so I kind of follow along the processes of family cooking there in that area. And as you can see, I really got it to the brim on this one. I don't know if I show it in the video, but I actually pour some of that out. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit over full. But I do pour it out there a little bit. Try to get it back down. Just pulled the star of the show out of the oven here. Gonna use this those improvised tools to get it open there. Boy, that is a hot deal there. Boy, that aroma right there, I remember it well. Cajun butter injected inside that bird. Alrighty, showing a little bit of video here when you got a hot pot, being that handle doesn't lock. I say that's why them little homemade tools there come in handy. And I carry them with the standpoint at all times. Now I decided to use one of my very first cooking pots that I ever bought. A little bit a year ago. These are the 10 cooking pans that I got from Dollar General. They were reduced and they were $1 a piece. I bought 5 of them. And I decided I had to go ahead and show those little pans here in this video. So I'm popping her back in the oven. Got the broiler on good. Gonna get her a little brown. And that's basically the end of the video here. And here we have the final product. Now that right there, it was excellent. My wife actually enjoyed it. And there's the complete ensemble of all my camping equipment that I use for this particular video. There's the P38 Winchester knife, those handmade tools made out of baling wire. There's the True Living cutting board, the partial Stanley Camp Adventure cook set without the lid. There's the lid that I use for the Stanley, holding the cranberry sauce. There's my $1 spatula and the Indulge 5-inch cast iron skillet from Walmart. Showing the Stanley one more time. Nice cook pot. I highly recommend it. And there's the Ozark Trails stainless steel cup. Improvised tool with the P38 and of course the Stanley Adventure cup. And showing the Stand Sport stainless steel. Y'all, we really had a lot of fun making the video. I did. I hope this right here was pleasant to you. And I just want to wish y'all a Merry Thanksgiving. Had a lot of fun making the video, as I said. Take care of your equipment. Try it out at home. Y'all enjoy yourselves out there in the woods. Bye-bye now.